Hello, dear friends. The historical fact of Christmas is also a mystery of love, whose mere evocation produces in many of us feelings so intense that we could hardly explain them with words, but which has repeatedly inspired the plastic arts, literature, music, and cinema. Christmas symbolizes the growth flight from the shortest day of the year, December 21st. Opinion piece. Waves of positive energy. Worldwide outpouring of Christmas love. Between December 21st and January 7th. Christmas message by James Gilliland. Conspiracy is a fact, not a theory. Those who violate universal law will be held accountable. All iniquities will be proclaimed from the rooftops. Let's start. While meditating and cliche, Babaji came to James Gilliland with an obvious but profound message. God is love. He then said that no matter what you name him or what image you project onto him, the real God is love. He said that between December 21st and January 7th, there would be a great outpouring of love. Love is the force behind creation. Those who create out of fear will experience the manifestation of that fear, but it will be amplified and accelerated. Those who come from love and service to others will receive a profound blessing. Those who come from fear in self-service, seeking power over others, will create some profound lessons. The energy coming in will amplify and accelerate everything, including karma. It will uncover what is hidden. Disguises will fall away, and you will see people in their actions for what they are, not what they deceive and portray. This is already underway, but there will be waves of energy that will become exponentially stronger in the coming days. Some waves are synchronized with other natural and spiritual events where the human heart is more open and receptive. World of opposites. Today we live in a world of opposites. Science has become political, driven by profit. Mainstream and social media, instead of informing people, misinform people. Instead of providing a platform for free speech and communication, they have become censors of opinions that do not align with their agenda or the goals of their corporate sponsors. Conspiracy is a fact, not a theory, and conspiracies are rife in all walks of life. It only takes two to create a conspiracy, and if you think there aren't two people out there who have conspired, well, against people, as they say in Texas, God bless you. The prophecy is rapidly being fulfilled that all iniquities will be proclaimed from the rooftops, and no stone will be left unturned. The days of tyranny, unbridled greed, and lust for power are coming to an end. Also coming to an end is the enslavement of humankind through manufactured default and programmed obsolescence, as well as ill-gotten gains at the expense of humankind and the earth. All those who violate universal law shall be held accountable. Neither they, their actions, nor their kingdoms will continue. They do not have a frequency commensurate with the planetary liberation, awakening and healing of humankind and earth, which is well underway. Chaos is healing, everything is surfacing and making itself known. Masks and false appearances are descending. The idols are falling. Energy flow. If you want real science, our solar system is moving into a highly charged place in space. The Schumann resonance is out of scale. The incoming energy bursts from the sun and other systems if out of scale. The electromagnetic light spectrum has new bands, and those who are sensitive feel there is a massive influx of higher consciousness and energy pressing down on the planet. Not everyone will finish this journey, especially the wicked, those who covet power and wealth, those who have profited at the expense of humankind and the earth, and especially those who have harmed the little ones. This includes those who willfully and ignorantly do his bidding. The iniquities and morally challenged are going to have to find a new planet because Earth is ascending beyond their ability to stay or return. Enjoy the luminous overhaul. Some will experience it in the physical. Once it reaches critical mass, Earth and all its inhabitants will go through a near-death coronal mass ejection experience. We will all experience this differently. Energetic shock. Babaji once told some that it would be like being hit with a brick, others like a feather. It's all about your frequency. What determines your frequency? Your attitudes, emotions, and beliefs in the world you live in. Your frequency determines where you go as you pass this plane. Love, joy, bliss, service to others are of the highest frequencies. Time for much karma yoga, the path of selfless service, the dedication of energies and resources in service to the awakening and healing of humankind and the earth. It is time to make your own personal connection with the Creator God, the Great Spirit. Our future and that of the next generations depends on it. Make this your New Year's resolution. Nothing exists outside of the unified field, and everything is connected. What you do for or against life, you do to yourself and to the whole. Evil persists when good human beings live in denial and do nothing. It is time for impeccable courage and integrity. It is time to rise up and find the lion within. Good luck. James Gilliland. Reset News. First, Christmas restrictions in Europe. Many traditional festive events have been cancelled in countries across Europe, with all that entails in terms of economic losses. However, some analysts are predicting a recovery in the coming months. Second, more than 1,600 Christmas flights cancelled amid panic. Major airlines around the world have cancelled hundreds of flights between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, with some citing a recent spike in cases. Third, the economy is crumbling, inflation is worsening, which is creating the perfect opportunity for the people of the world to make the decision to walk away from the failed system. Fourth, Bill Holter says the financial system is on life support. With the Fed's withdrawal of stimulus, it will all be over, in quotes. He considers it essential to have real money, it is to say gold and silver, out of the banking system. Fifth, the admin is losing the narrative. They are trying to tell people that the economy is fine and all the problems are solved. But this is an illusion they cooked up. The illusion is only temporary. 6. We are approaching a global crisis leading to a financial reset, 10 days of darkness, and the fall of the major media. 7. A quantum financial system is being established to replace the current system, with 100 central banks showing interest in joining. 97 of the top 100 central banks, including the Bank of Spain, have been in the process of becoming fully functional in the QFS RTGS instant settlement system just launched last week, and the other 82 smaller central banks would also be connected next. 8. Running smoothly by Holly and Wolverine. The good news is that they discovered the problems that were causing and had fixed them, but the bad news is that they couldn't get the launch ready in time for Christmas. The good news is that everything is running smoothly and we can finally move forward. 9. The White House is considering every avenue available to transfer prisoners and close the Guantanamo Bay military base in Cuba. Press Secretary James Gilliland said Monday. 10th. More than 20 earthquakes in California. 18 of them are less than 10 kilometers deep. 11th. Ukraine by David Lifshitz. In 1991, the US and Russia agreed to be friends, and the US assured Russia that if Russia left Eastern Europe, NATO wouldn't expand eastward. In fact, there was an aura of friendship that was completely false. 12. Blackouts in the Balkans. Kosovo implements 2-hour blackouts for most consumers starting Thursday as gasoline and energy prices soar. Reflections. New Consciousness by Bonnie. Earth's vibration is entering a higher frequency. We are witnessing the arrival of new consciousness. It is a rebirth of humankind, a new earth. A kind word can change someone's day. The Light is Returning to Earth by Yeshua via Liberty. The so-called evil ones have caused Earth to descend into a sea of darkness, but now they are leaving planet Earth forever and will continue their own soul journey on a healing planet in another galaxy far away from Earth. The light that has been hidden from you all for millennia is returning, and you are truly at the beginning of a wonderful time of peace, love, and harmony on your planet. Light versus darkness. Excuse me. Light Against Darkness by Aurora Ray. The universe is a unified, a loving whole. Everything in the universe is connected through energy, and everything vibrates at different frequencies. As you know, when two things vibrate at the same frequency, they come together and are able to form a relationship. That's why people with similar interests find it easy to come together. Similarly, when two things vibrate at different frequencies, they are repelled from each other. We live in a world where we are constantly bombarded with low-frequency energies that keeps us trapped and unable to connect with higher dimensions of ourselves and others. Consequently, we live on a planet that is filled with discord and suffering. We live in a dualistic universe, which means we have two opposing energies that interact with each other. They are called dark forces and light forces. Dark forces are represented by fear, worry, doubt, anxiety, lack of confidence, and other negative thoughts. These forces do not want you to succeed in life. They want you to be afraid of your future so that your mind cannot focus on anything else. The forces of light are represented by love, compassion, and empathy. These forces are positive thoughts that want to help you succeed in life. Your unconscious mind will listen to any one of them, but it will not listen to both at the same time. The dark forces have ruled the world for eons of times, ever since you fall from grace. They are the source of all negativity in this world. They are a very small collective group of extremely intelligent and technologically very advanced beings who have turned away from the divine source and used their power over humankind. All humans were originally beings of light, with amazing abilities such as telepathy, precognition, and telekinesis. But over time, these fallen beings have stripped us of these abilities to keep us under their control. To free ourselves from this form of enslavement, We must first be able to identify them when we see them. We must realize that they do not have our best interest at heart, but seek to gain more power through our ignorance and fear. The truth is that the forces of light have won a major battle with the dark forces in this war for light and dark on Earth. Although the war is not yet over, it didn't happen overnight. It took thousands of years, but we now live in a new era where information is free and people are no longer at stake for their beliefs. You are a divine and magnificent being, and you are here to do something important in the world. You have an important mission to accomplish, and you can accomplish it. You can make all your dreams come true. You have many obstacles in your life that prevent you from fulfilling your dreams, but none of these obstacles are real. They are illusions. They exist only in your mind. All these illusions will disappear from your reality once your consciousness rises to a high enough level that we call enlightenment. Forecasts of the future. Opening of Pandora Suitcase by Alcuin Bremerton. High status disclosure of previously suppressed information. Universal debt forgiveness would be implemented across the planet. Debt doesn't work except as a self-enriching money laundering mechanism for banking elites and their owners. It no longer even works for capitalist nation states or rapacious multinational corporations. The global jubilee would permanently erase all personal, corporate and national debts worldwide. Linked to this, a new international digital currency based on quantum technology would begin to evolve, which would be as secure and stable in terms of value for centuries to come as metallic gold used to be before Western market manipulation substituted in multiple leases and high-volume paper derivatives. Assets on gold-backed digital currency funds would be established to provide a universal basic income for every human being on Earth. This would be an immovable human right for all. It would no longer be necessary to work or be a slave to survive. This development has been made urgent by the rapid growth of artificial intelligence and robotic work systems. The world leader now in the production and application of industrial robotics is China. Non-communist Chinese systems will be installed and marketed cheaply around the world. New global asset-backed funds would be audited, activated and disbursed through a new global and benevolent quantum financial system. This system is now well prepared and tested. It will take about 20 months to fully implement, having started invisibly at first in 2020. It started in the secondary bank, not in the primary bank. The new system is set to involve a radical migration from central banking based on dynamic general equilibrium to central banking based on recursive complexity. In fact, this would be a very big change and would mark the end of all fiat currencies, derivatives, trading and debt. Various pieces of assets outside the ledger, such as an Asian gold reserves, would be incorporated into the new banking arrangements. The goal of the quantum financial system is not just to reestablish constant stability. It is much more comprehensive than that. It would enable exponential global growth in all benevolent aspects of human endeavor, including climate repair, biodiversity support, free energy, free water, free health and healing, free housing, clean and quiet transportation, new agricultural systems, and interplanetary and interstellar exploration with live ET contact. Revelation. Things will be seen in the skies, on Earth's surface and within Earth that the mainstream corporate media and mainstream Western education say do not exist and cannot happen. The central signifiers of ancient mythologies will be discovered to be real. The books will be opened. The human stories will be corrected. Many true accounts of human history still exist, but they have been hidden and protected from final publication during this end time. They will be made known and published in many languages, and kept safe beyond the censorship of dogmatic religion. Remote viewing of suppressed text in closed libraries would become common. Extraterrestrial text energy reading technologies will be made available along with manuscript reconstruction and multiplication techniques. On the web, a new democratic social encyclopedia will emerge to replace Wikipedia. Unlike Wikipedia, this will be constructed in such a way that disinformers will not be able to manipulate its content. The truth will become clean and free for all. In this climate of global disclosure would emerge the greatest disclosure of all, the expected word teacher of the Aquarian age, called variously the Messiah, Krishna, or the Christ, the world teacher, the Imam Mahdi, the fifth Buddha, or Buddha Maitreya. And this team of spiritual teachers would openly reveal the diseases of past history and the healing of the present. And the world teacher would not be a religious figure. Spiritual awakening. With the exception of soulless clones and robotoids, all soulful humans currently living on the surface of the human population on Earth have been spiritual masters in at least one previous life on other planets, in other parallel realities. This was the basic qualification to be able to take a human incarnation in this important and difficult transition period on Earth. As these animated humans begin to awaken to their full spiritual potential, they will discover and exercise their latent shamanic abilities. These include telepathy, long-sight, communication with other life forms, such as plants and animals, and non-intrusive energy healing. But above all, the story will be discovered in personal experience. As more and more people learn the spiritual exercise of meditation, invocation, affirmation, and dream management, more and more people will break free, see clearly, and talk openly about what was and what is to come. Panicking in a confused retreat are the dark forces of politics, war, debt banking, mass surveillance, and religious deception. The narrative of the geopolitical dominant corporate media world is being exposed. 30 millennia of elite-led disinformation would be coming to an end. Disclosure is enlightening. Disclosure is change. Disclosure is the necessary first step to the road to planetary regeneration. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.